Well, since we're in 2022, we also got to talk about the albums that are coming out this year that we are anticipating, which I think between both you and I, for last year, it was Kendrick Lamar. And I think the number one for this year is Kendrick Lamar.
Disappointed we didn't get it in 2021. Not surprised. So a lot going on here with Kendrick, right? So we've got him leaving TDE, number one. Him helping launch Baby King. Very busy man.
Through his PG Lang record.
PG Lang, new record label that he's heading off. I'm wondering if we don't see a different version of Kendrick. Something that we haven't seen from Damn to Pimp a Butterfly to Good Kid, Mad City. I'm missing one. Untitled Unmastered. I'm wondering if we don't see a different version of Kendrick. Because again, a lot of stuff going on with him, right? A lot of changes, a lot of new things. So I wouldn't be surprised if this album was a different take from that. You know, something that we haven't seen before. What is that? Have no clue. Have no clue at all. I don't see him doing any concept albums like a Tory or anything like that. I don't see the 80s album. Also don't see, something like the high profile rapper producer mashup where he just lets one producer handle the whole thing. I don't see that. But I do expect something that we just haven't seen from that. I don't think he comes with the same energy that he came with on Damn, even though Damn was a classic album, in my opinion. So that's what I'm anticipating, or at least that's what I'm looking for from K-Dot is to be surprised. It's been a long time since I've heard an album and I've been surprised. Like, damn, no, I didn't expect to hear that. It's been a minute. First of all, they talk about the projects for a year before they actually put them out now. So there's no mystery to what you're going to get anymore unless they just surprise you dropping the album. But it's been a while since I've heard something and I was surprised by the rendition or surprised by the take. That would mark a satisfactory mark for me for Kendrick.
I think Kendrick does that with every album. He kind of finds a way to take a similar sound from what he's worked with and kind of retool it a little bit, maybe give it a new coat, if you will. And he does that with every album. It's not the exact same at all. It's usually a completely different album, but he sticks to giving you heavy bars and giving you kind of heavy bars over boom bap production. I mean, I think that's the bare bones to every Kendrick album that we've heard so far, with the exception of maybe Damn.
So yeah, the projects do stand alone from each other. I guess what I mean by different is that after hearing Good Kid, Mad City, when I heard To Pimp a Butterfly, it wasn't like it was a different rapper. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like Kendrick necessarily changed. I'm just looking for a different sound, I guess. I've never seen Kendrick step out of his box. That's what I'm trying to get out of. I've never seen him step out of his lane too much.
It's almost as if he stays the same, but the world, the album around it kind of changes. Think about Good Kid, Mad City, right? The world around him was his upbringing for the most part, him in Compton. But then in To Pimp a Butterfly, it's literally the world and the nation around him changing for the most part. Instead of being in the hood in Compton, it's the entire world, or it's the entire nation, I should say. And then in Damn, it kind of seemed like it was fame that was kind of around him. It just seems like the overall, maybe it's just a theme, but the overall world he kind of creates around each album kind of changes, even though he kind of sticks to, his normal, what he does. So he kind of just takes what's going on around him and kind of interprets it differently for each album. That's how I view it, at least. That's how I view it. Along with Kendrick Lamar, I would probably say one thing that I'm looking for this year, because we haven't gotten it last year as well, a Cardi B album.
She has been noticeably absent, hasn't she? I mean, she pops up on features. She has the singles, obviously, with Meg and a bunch of other people. But I would like to get an album, get a project from Cardi, just to know that she can still do it. You know what I mean? We not pulling no punches over here. We ask for everybody else's project. So, Mrs. Offset, get back in the booth. You know what I'm saying?
At the very least, with the singles for Invasion of Privacy, she at least gave us maybe at least a couple of extra songs that were like, oh damn, this is hard as shit. So like, that's all I want. That's all I'm asking for. You know, it don't gotta be no crazy production, but you know, give me some dope shit.
So let's say since the album dropped, she's had a little bit of a tumultuous ride. It hasn't been a lot of negative, but maybe just enough to distract. Seems like things are calm. Your household is solidified. Baby girl's taken care of. How about we get some music?
Something. Any other artists that you haven't heard anything from that you're looking for? Because I got a couple that I've heard some things brewing.
Yeah, no, I'm nervous to see if your boy is going to try and power through and drop his album, be it Travis Scott, through all the controversy that he's currently entangled in. What are your thoughts on that?
I've heard news that he is still looking to actually drop the album, so that will be interesting to see, because the last time we seen you in public, it didn't look too hot, and you're still in the middle of a case. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see.
I'm not going to criticize him for doing it. I do think it's a little hot, but I'm not going to criticize him for doing it. You know why? Because in the midst of telling on damn near the entire rap industry, your mans was able to sign a $60 million deal and put out music. Now, it flopped, right? So maybe that's an example for one Travis Scott, but he was able to do it, right? And as much as we groaned and complained about it, nobody was trying to take away his right to do so. So there is a precedent set for this type of controversy around a rapper trying to put out an album. I don't think it's the best time, though.
Let me add to that. Tory also dropped right after shooting Meg. He dropped an album talking about the entire thing.
That didn't land well. Oh, yeah. Don't talk about that. Do not talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Travis, I'm telling you, do not. Don't. I know we be wanting artists to be open and be honest and speak their truth. Don't give them that bait. Don't. We are a nation who puts a very low value on literacy. I do not trust the likes of the media and all of these apparatuses around these rappers to take that as what it is. Just this man talking about his own experiences and what he's going through. They will eviscerate you. They will tell you that you are demeaning the victims, that you are downplaying their life. They're gonna say all that stuff for you releasing the album anyways. So don't give them the extra ammunition by talking about them in the album. Just don't. Maybe it would have been something different had more of the families accepted your payments for the funeral arrangements and things like that. If that part of it would have gone over a little bit better, maybe. But right now, with them doing that, they're showing the world that you are in opposition with the families of the people that died there. At least that's the optics. So I just don't, when that's the case, stay away from it. Don't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I would agree. I would definitely agree. And in fact, dropping the album doesn't even sound like the greatest idea.
It doesn't at all. Like, why now? But also, if he was looking at Tory's streaming numbers during that, the album wasn't good. I don't think the album was good, but the numbers were nuts because people wanted to hear. He can come in and burn the house down, or he can burn himself. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what happens if he does decide to, or not. We'll see.
Yeah. Rhapsody?
Yeah, no, I haven't heard from Rhapsody.
I haven't heard from Rhapsody since 2019.
Since Eve, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 years. You on the clock, sis?
Give us the album for sure.
Yep, Rhapsody on the clock. Cole is obviously on the clock. He was supposed to drop an album before the year ended.
For sure.
Hov on the clock. Is he on the same track as other rappers? Like, if we don't hear an album, I know he'd be talking about he retired and all that other bullshit. But like, if we don't hear an album from Jay-Z every 3.5, 4 years. Are we putting a clock on Jay-Z? I feel like until he stops making music for like a decade at least, we're going to have to keep expecting music from him, right? So Hove is definitely on clock, especially when you out here hollering about can't nobody stand on the versus stage with you.
I'm surprised he didn't drop a track when Nas dropped a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, right. Let's put Nas and Hit Boy on the shelf for a little while. We don't have to run that dry because
for sure.
Magic wasn't it. Magic was not magic at all.
Magic wasn't King's disease. We'll say that, but
magic was a disease.
Wow. Okay. So The Weeknd just announced that he's dropping Friday, I believe. And so there's going to be a new Weeknd album called, I think it's Dawn FM, if I'm not mistaken. So that's one artist who's probably definitely going to drop in 2022.
Yeah, I don't know if The Weeknd's music is for me anymore. I just don't know. Like it's gotten very poppy, like overly poppy. Like he's gone past Bruno Mars, and at this point he's in the Backstreet Boy stratosphere. It feels almost too poppy.
I see why you would say that, but he dropped Blinding Lights and Heartless in the same album. And Heartless was 808 Metro
Boomin. Is Blinding
track.
Lights not a poppy track though? Like no, is that an R&B track?
You know, it's pop. It's straight pop.
It's straight pop. So that's why I'm saying, like, even his most popular stuff, it used to be in our genre. Now his most the big splash joints, he's not making that for us.
But the song right before that was Heartless, and that was 808's Trap, Metro Boomin producing it.
No, okay, you named me one track out of all of 2021 from The Weeknd that can be considered only for us.
Those were he did. I think he did drop another single that was like pop too.
That's all he been making is pop music. Ever since he put them things in his cheeks, he been straight. He been. I feel it coming. I feel it coming.
I feel it coming was dope.
I feel it coming. Yes, fine. I can hear some Harry Styles and be like, oh, that's cool. I can hear some Bieber and be like, oh yeah, that's great.
But I don't think he's completely crossed over.
Me. I know it's not for me.
Completely crossed over. It's not what it used to be, obviously. But
hey, look, if this the line, my boy like right here. You know what I'm saying? He like doing one of these.
All right. I'll give you that. But we haven't heard the new album yet, so I'll hold my thoughts on it until we hear the new album.
Weeknd is on the anticipation list.
All right. Kanye West is supposedly working on Donda 2, which I don't think he's ever dropped a sequel. So
no, he hasn't. Well, but and I think this is coming from the whole no secular music thing, So it's only so many variations of that you can do. I think it makes sense. I did like Donda. I would like a follow up. I would love to hear another Jay-Z track on his album.
What about a 2 Chainz track on this album? Too?
If 2 Chainz don't show up on this album, well, you know what? Now hold on. Watch how this is coming together, right? So he wasn't on Donda. Right around the same time Donda releases, 2 Chainz tells us that his last trap album is going to be his next album, but he's not going to stop making music. Here's Kanye working on Donda 2. That lines up perfectly. Now, there's also the status of Titty Boy and Kanye's relationship, and at this point, I wouldn't know even from talking to them men face to face, because they can be in the room together enjoying having a good old time, and then the next day Kanye can be like, it was the worst decision of my life to ever sign that nigga over there, the one I was with yesterday smiling and taking pictures. Him, worst decision of my life. So I have absolutely no idea what the status of their relationship is, because I don't know what the status of the relationship with anybody who fucks with Kanye. Kim, Travis, Drake, anybody that mess with this man, I have no definitive idea of whether or not they actually fuck with this man. So it's a hope and a prayer for me.
For sure.
I would love to see push on this. Ooh.
That's where I was going next.
Hey,
that's where I was going next.
Come here. I need to talk to you. How you gonna let Certified drop and you ain't drop, bro? How you gonna let Certified drop and you ain't drop, bro?
Still waiting on that half Kanye West, half
Pharrell
produced
album. Come on. Hey, if he would have dropped that, legit would have been in the conversation for album of the year, based off of who was involved with the project alone. How do you not drop it this year? I've never known I've never known him to run. So I'm thinking that the project's just not done. But get to work, my nigga.
For sure.
Get to work.
1000%. The other name I was going to mention, apparently Roddy Ricch is going to take another at bat and probably drop some new music soon. Now, I don't know if that's for sure an album. I don't know if that's an EP. I don't know if it's a deluxe edition. I doubt it would be a deluxe edition if you're phrasing it that way, but we'll see. New music from Roddy Ricch.
I can take some. I mean, you young, bro. Work. You supposed to be pumping out a couple projects a year. You're not even in that phase yet where we can give you 3 years to be off or nothing like that. So yeah, you just keep going. We'll check in with you at mid-semester next year. We'll see where you at. Check your progress.
Facts. Now, I know one of the most anticipated albums for you has got to be the upcoming Gunna Drip Season 4 album that's coming out this week. Drip Season 4, bro. You not here for it?
I didn't hear Drip Season 1, 2, or 3.
Bro, why
No,
you hating
I'm
on
not
Gunna,
excited.
bro? Come on, bro.
I'm not hating on Gunna. Lil Baby gonna be all over this album. Gonna be all over it.
Lil Baby might be on the clock.
He gonna be so yeah.
My Turn was his last.
Well, that was 2020 though. That was 2020.
He's still supposedly on a run. Well, he did drop Voice of the Heroes last year, which
that's not his fault.
I think he needs to drop his single.
His
solo
know
effort.
who to blame Voice of the Heroes on. Let's be honest. It wasn't Lil Baby. It wasn't the hottest young rapper out right now.
It wasn't Dirk either.
Okay.
You blaming Dirk. It was Meek Mill's
If you
feature.
say so. One feature destroyed the whole album. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Bet.
And I think I want to say I may have heard something about 21 Savage dropping, but I can't confirm that.
21 drops. I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm here for it. Last time I heard 21 was on the Saw soundtrack. Which was surprisingly good. I liked it. It was only like 5 songs, but I fucked with it. It was pretty dope, actually.
Okay. And then before that was the Metro Boomin.
Was the Metro Boomin? Yeah. So yeah, man. 21 coming into 22 should have some bangers for us.
Anyway, any other names, any other artists that you're looking for in 2022?
That's it for me, man. Give us your most anticipated albums in the comments below. Tell us who you're looking out for.
And make sure you check out our album review playlist to the left. It's got all of the albums that we reviewed in 2021 and 2020 before that. And make sure you subscribe. We do these reviews almost every time a big release comes out. Peace.